Alright, welcome back. You're probably wondering where I've been because I didn't upload Monday. And I don't know where I was either, to be honest. I was kind of just not with it. It was weird. I had my Sunday actually fully booked out. Like I was, busy as fuck all day. But that's not to justify. Could have done it Saturday. Could have done it even Monday. But I didn't. And then, now it's Tuesday. Now I was going to take the whole week off and just, reset. But I've got that many ideas at the moment. I figured I'd just, get a couple out while they're still fresh, if that makes sense. Anyways, enough yap. You read the title of the video. And uni seems like it's the meta now, for lack of a better term, nowadays, for things to do just after school, after you graduate your final year of high school. It just seems like that's just what you do. You just go to uni nowadays, like, even if you're not 100% sure what you want to do. And that's just wrong. It's what I like to call a wrong opinion. University is, it's higher education that's really meant to set you up for a career in one way or another. But it's so heavily diluted with just bullshit courses and just wasting time, things that take way too long or unnecessary or whatever, even just within a course or a subject. And it just seems like it's high school all over again, rather than, because people don't have that direction in life and they haven't really had a chance to figure themselves out yet. And the way the world is, it's fucking out of a lot of people's budget to go traveling when they finish high school. So it kind of leaves people in this situation where, they've got a few options, whether they don't go to uni and just work full time, or they go to uni, or, they even fucking go overseas or whatever. And doesn't seem like there's a whole lot else out there. There's so much pressure from society that, there's non-existent pressure that is put on. It was made up by, I don't even know who, but made up to make young people believe that, they should have all their shit figured out the second they step out of high school. Most of them have just turned 18. Most of them are just adults, barely. If you can even classify them as adults. They're just children with a drinking permit, essentially. And to put this pressure of, you have to have everything figured out and, be already on the way we have to apply before you even finish school. Like in Australia, we have a final exam score system, and that score system essentially determines what uni courses you can and can't get into. And you have to basically apply for those 4 courses that you think you might get in before you've even sat the exams. And so if you get your exam scores back and that final score isn't what you need, then you don't get to go. And that's what kind of fucked me a little bit, because the uni that I go to now is twice as far away, just because I didn't get a good enough score. And while that isn't the biggest issue, I'm already not a big fan of uni as is. So just to make that extra added resistance, So I'm gonna wrap that little segment up by saying, if you are unsure, it's not the end of the world. And I will go into it shortly, what you should do if you don't plan on want to go to uni, or if you don't want to you know, what a good pathway looks like and what ideas you can start to think about. But at the end of the day, it's going to take time, and it's going to take, the best way I've found to find out what you want to do is to just go and try shit and go and get some life experience. Now, life experience does not mean going out getting drunk every weekend and clubbing. That's not what I mean. But doing shit like, you know, going and watch, even just going and watch sporting games or concerts, or, you know, fucking even just, even little shit like changing up what exercise you do, or, you know, all kinds of stuff. Find out things you do and don't like. And more often than not, that'll help you narrow down the pathway of what you actually want to do in life. Anyways, so you're unsure if you want to go to uni, and you've either just graduated or you're graduating high school, and you're not sure whether you should go to uni or you should work or whatever. And I'm gonna keep it as simple as possible, but really, unless you think you know what you want to do, and that may be something like a doctor or a teacher or a career that needs a degree, like you need to go to university for a degree. Like, I'm not going to a doctor who hasn't got a degree. I'm not getting taught by a teacher who doesn't have a teaching degree. Like, there's just some careers that it's necessary, and you'll know what they are. They're pretty common, and those are the ones that you should definitely go. And 100% I recommend it. You know, figure out what those specific courses look like, where, whatever, and work towards that. You know, go. You know, go. Don't do things in halves. Just fucking send it. Go all in, and find out if it is something you're really passionate about. Then, you know, you've found it. You've struck gold early. But if not, you'll find out sooner rather than later. And the other reason I'd go, personally, if I would, you know, have my time again, I guess, not that it's already gone, but if you are genuinely passionate about something, because you don't have to just pursue a uni course just for the sake of getting a career. Like, if you're genuinely passionate about something, whether it's history or whatever, fucking sports science, I don't fucking know. If you're genuinely passionate, you just find it genuinely interesting, and you've done a bit of research on the actual course that, you know, the subject that you are interested in, and it covers things that you are quite interested in, then fuck yeah, go and do it. Because you've got, while they may not be the best teachers, they are still experts in their field. And those lecturers and teachers and whatnot do have so much knowledge in these fields that you are an expert in, or you want to learn a lot about. And naturally, if you're genuinely passionate, you're going to pay attention and you're going to engage, and you're probably going to naturally just get good marks and be, you know, all, you know, super in the environment. And that's honestly the best way you should live your life as a whole. You should be just genuinely passionate about something and just work towards it, and just, you know, get as much out of it as absolute possible, you know, in however, you know, whatever time period it may be. And so if you don't fit into either one of those two categories, whether it's, you know, you need a degree of some sort for a career, or you're just genuinely passionate about something, don't go to uni. I'm a firm believer that, yes, there may be pressure from outside influences, parents, whatever, even just friends or whatnot, but you can get so much more out of, even if it is working full time or whatever. If you're just going for the sake of going, you're just putting yourself behind for no reason. And it's just not wise. And especially because it's essentially just it's a bit of a cop-out if you don't actually give a shit about the course you're doing. And so you can, if you aren't in those categories and don't end up going to uni, it's a perfect opportunity to spend as much of your time getting life experience. Because if you're in a situation where, there is no pressure to work, start earning a fuck ton of money straight away, then you can go out and experience shit. Whether that is, working really hard for 6 months and taking a few months to go traveling, or whatever that may be. Just getting some life experience under your belt will help you so much more than you think. Now, I'm not saying you can't do that while you're at uni, but it just kind of seems like it's more of a static path that, is a lot more clear cut, and there's less opportunity to kind of go off and explore. I'm not saying there isn't, but there's just less opportunity versus if you just don't go and you've got literally the whole world to discover. All right, I think I might wrap it up here. You don't go and waste your time on uni if you don't actually need it or have a passion for it. You'll find yourself not engaging, hating it even more, and being thousands and thousands of dollars in debt. And for the return you get, a piece of paper that you don't give a shit about and is probably irrelevant to most employers nowadays, you're just better off getting some actual experience, whether that's in a workplace or just in life in general. If you're still here at the end of the video, I love you, and remember, life is what you make it.